What's the most inconvenient trait about yourself? Too clingy. Extremely fearful of abandonment. Hey, don't be sad because I just assumed you don't like this about yourself, but I love clingy people. There is nothing better than getting constant hugs from someone on a bad day, and I love giving hugs and being close to people. I am also clingy, but I don't show it since I am a guy and it can seem kind of weird. I think clinginess in a girl is really cute, and I know that there are people around you that likes this clinginess. I too are also extremely afraid of abandonment, so you are not alone. Now I am not the person to give you a good hug. Even though I would like to. And make you happier, but I know someone will. I just assumed you get sad about your problems and needed some support. So if you didn't need it, sorry. But here you are. Edit. Yay, my most liked comment is about supporting someone. The only thing I am good for, and it's not even many upvotes, but as long as I made the one I responded to happier. I am happy too. Please stop typing I'm so lonely. This made me cry and feel so much better. Thank you. Settling for mediocrity and choosing pleasure over the glory of hard work. Sweaty hands. I usually don't finish what I start. I always finish people's sentences. He was yawning. Appler. Mine is that I second guess people just a little bit more confidently than I should. You're welcome. I absolutely hate confrontation. And on top of that, I'm a people pleaser. Not a good combo. That sounds like a tiring life. Not op. But it is. If it's any consolation, I used to be the same way until I realized there's so many people that I just don't care for. And never will. Chances are someone disliked you for the color of your skin, gender, voice. Really anything that's out of your control and is more of a reflection of their hateful ignorance than you as an individual. Reminding myself I'm interested in finding quality people helps. And I hope it can one day help you as well. I'm incredibly direct and I believe in talking things through. I am not an AE usually. Just not afraid to share where I stand when asked or provoked. I have tact. I just believe the truth is usually better. I get distracted really easily. Actually, right now I'm taking a 5-minute break from my schoolwork that's now a 30-minute break. Trying to do schoolwork at home is so hard for my little chimpanzee brain to do for more than 10 minutes. After that, I get distracted by literally anything, including just pacing back and forth for a while. Are you me? I'm doing this right now. It got to the point for me that I just locked myself in my room and said, "Ooga booga." Cage man, listen to music and do work and can't leave until work finished. Procrastination. My biggest weakness. I'll get round to it eventually. I will despise anything that I have to do. My hips like to dislocate themselves at will and I'm a dancer. Acne. It's all over my back. Not the end of the world, but it's annoying. Just finished my 3rd round of Accutane because my acne decided to return. Only on my back. But god DN if it didn't come back with a vengeance. But yeah, it's annoying as FK. And ugly and painful. But at least there's a way to fix that. I did Accutane for 6 months. Had it real bad on my face and now I rarely have a pimple on my face. I can use whatever soap I want without worrying. Still usually have some backne, but backne is pretty common. I'll take it on my back any day compared to my face. I'm sure you've heard all of this before, but if not, here's some stuff that might help. I'd invest in a back washer thing. A sponge type would be ideal just because scrubbing acne with a bristle brush would make it worse. It's hard to wash your back.
So unlike the rest of your body, oil and dead skin can build up there.
There's body wash that helps to treat it. But I can't vouch for its effectiveness. Diluted tea tree oil can help as well. I'd suggest mixing it in a spray bottle. Though unless you have someone who can help you out, using it might be difficult. Also, do not use this method if you have cats. Tea tree oil is extremely toxic to them. When showering, Do another quick round of body washing after you rinse out your conditioner. Scoliosis. Actually, that's a side effect of the real inconvenient trait. My right leg is longer than my left. So apparently I have a good personality. But I'm very clingy. Not a bug turn on for girls. Getting better at pushing it out though. By the way, not like controlling clingy. Just like I think about them a lot and want to talk to them all the time. Extremely annoying trait of mine. I kinda got over this by applying the 10-minute rule. If I still want to say the thing I wanted to say 10 minutes later, I text, call. Just save it in notes or something in the meantime. If it doesn't seem important anymore, I leave it. I noticed that people sometimes didn't pay attention to the important messages because I sent a lot of unimportant ones. And this kinda helps. Maybe it'd help you too. Edit. This obviously doesn't apply when you have a live conversation in chat, on the phone. Some women appreciate that trait more than others. I hope you're not too hard on yourself about it. I hate, loathe, despise and detest myself. Anyone who thinks otherwise I'm immediately suspicious of and treat accordingly. My lack of superpowers is horribly inconvenient. I'm very codependent. Same. You guys should be best friends. I have some sort of stomach problem where I am almost always nauseous for an average of 20 minutes after I have eaten a meal. Stress also triggers my nausea, which makes all stressful and demanding situations a challenge. Lazy. So very lazy. And I overeat constantly, it's so hard to stop. Also there's very little self-esteem and a tendency to people please. Depression. Self-isolation. My existence is inconvenient really. Well, self-isolation is a good thing RN. They do all sound connected though. Which is a good thing. Because if you fix one of them, you might fix all. D. Self-sabotage. I'm lazy and unambitious. I'm very indecisive. When there are too many choices, I get overwhelmed and give up. I used to be this way until I began carrying around a couple of D10s of differing colors. If I have choices to make, I'll make designations in my head and roll the dice, generating a number between 1 to 100. Sometimes, in the moment before the dice stop rolling, I discover what choice I really want to make. In those instances, I go with that choice. That is an interesting approach and I could see it working in certain areas. But I'm not sure if that would work for the situations I often have trouble with. For example, if I need to pick a paint color, I struggle for months to be sure it is the right one, which doesn't necessarily correlate with the one I want. If that makes sense. I see. That said, roll the dice to help you eliminate a choice then. I always start doing something with a lot of excitement. Eventually I just lose interest and I'm not able to finish it. I grew up on a house that yelling was how we spoke. Think George Constanza's parents. I sound angry when I'm not all the time. Low self-esteem. I always say, you can't have low self-esteem if you just don't have any at all. Oh yeah, I forgot. I am extremely tall for my age. Most doorways and light fittings are too low, so I bang my head a lot. It looks strange when I'm out with friends as I am at least 1.5 feet taller than them. I also look much older than them. My ADHD and anxiety. My social ineptness mixed with my thirst for knowledge. What did you say? You're triggered by this gory picture? Yes. Oh my god, that's so cool. What's it like? Quote. Always the wrong thing to say at the wrong moment. You're the kind of person I would love in a story or show XD, especially when it's genuine interest and not sadistic pleasure XD. I joke around too much sometimes. Humor is a way for me to deal with emotions and anxiety. But sometimes I don't know when to stop and I end up joking around at times I should be serious. I can tell it bugs people. And it's something I'm working on. But it's not easy. When I play video games, I try to crouch in the game an even number of times. I try to hit every repeatable action even number of times. I also have a habit of doing things in real life an even number of times. Like if I am tapping finger on a table, or taking deep breaths, etc. Something just tapped the back of your right index finger, but you don't know exactly where it did it, so you spend the next 30 minutes repeating the same tapping feature, going through each finger not including the original, until then you feel that that finger needs to catch up again, and now the rest of your fingers need to do it too. And oh look, the original fingers needs to do it again. I've never done they though. Tea-bagger. I can't really lie, or it's really obvious. Same but weird how society makes that look like an inconvenient trait, huh? Being honest shouldn't be in any way bad. It is nowadays, since many people don't want to hear the plain truth. I know too many people who'd rather be lied to than be told the truth. Sometimes it's better to lie. Sometimes it's better to be honest. Either way, no one's gonna be happy, let alone accept it. I always think people don't like me or they're mad at me, so I reach out constantly for reassurance, and I feel like I come off as selfish. I'm working on it every day though. I fall too hard, too fast. For everyone, friends, girlfriends, jobs. I get easily captivated. That's not necessarily bad, but perhaps you just need more experience in these things. I can't do anything halfway or balanced. It's all or nothing. Total excess or absolute zero. I'm really stupid. I've considered a mental retardation test. I'm so forgetful. Things slip my mind the moment I enter a new room. I feel like Dory. Turned out I had ADHD. I've always struggled with even the smallest things to remember. There are solutions if you're curious. Same. Memory is terrible. Attention and focus are terrible. ADHD diagnosed after college, and my only regret is I didn't try to get a diagnosis sooner. How do you go about being diagnosed? Do you have to be referred, or are you able to book in yourself? If so, where do you book this? I hate vulnerability emotional-wise. So I never open up, and I'm scared I'll hurt relationships because of it. I have the exact opposite. I can't keep anything to myself and get hurt quite often because of that. Because I open up and look for validation to people of who I know will tell me things I don't want to hear. With you, trying to open up is frightening and potentially rewarding, damaging. It's easier to stay in the mental safe space. My tendency to never try anything unless I can be guaranteed to be instantly good at it. That sure hasn't worked out so well in life. I have a very long torso. It's hard to find shirts that fit well. Same but with legs, pants. Edit. Especially now that those stupid high-rise pants are everywhere. Those things end at the middle of my calves. Chronically ill. I never repeat what I say because I get annoyed that I wasn't listened to. Pardon? Super annoyed. Hating every sound of every other person close to me. Breathing, talking, laughing, etc. I hate it. Misophonia. My son and I really struggle to eat with each other because it makes us both so angry. I think I hate this too. My parents don't understand why I don't want to eat with family. Nothing to do with them. But I can't stand the sound of them eating. It just really annoys me. It extends to loads of other things too. I have problems with tapping on keyboards. Breathing sounds. Squeaky noses. Deep exhales. Smacking lips, etc. etc. It tends to focus mostly on mouth sounds, but other things can be involved too. I even have problems with my own chewing too. It's ridiculous. I find it's different to cringy noises like forks scratching plates, styrofoam, nails on a chalkboard, etc. Those are horrible, but misophonia incites genuine anger. I work a high-stress job and I can't handle stress. And I can't change either in these times. Overthinking. I know others have their own lives. I know people are just worried about themselves. And that doesn't mean they hate me. Yet I always find a way to think that I did something wrong or that I made someone upset. I get lost in my vicious circle of overthinking and often find myself tearing up because I'm afraid that I'm hated. Luckily, a combination of medication and remembering all of the kind and loving things that are said to me is helping me. It's not completely gone. So it's still annoying as HL. But I'm getting better. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.